With the Fayetteville Public Utilities, and we are at the first annual Juvenile Hunters Field Day. I'm here with Lee Galt. We're at the Fayetteville Fish Hatchery, and he and his son, along with Don Counts, have already been out hunting this morning. Lee, would you like to tell us about what you've done?
Yeah, well, this is Jordan Harris. This is not my son, but this is my son right here. He'd been hunting with Don Counts this morning. They got a few does on video, but, well, they weren't able to capture the shot, so they didn't even take the deer. But this Jordan Harris here, this is his second deer, second buck. This is 8-pointer. I think he's like 17 inches inside, and he's a fine deer. We don't know what he weighs yet or anything of that nature, but Jordan had missed the opportunity at a doe this morning, and he got a little nervous. Then about 8 o'clock, we saw 4 bucks come in, and he made a fine shoulder shot. Deer went probably 80 yards, and but one thing special about this deer is excuse me, Jordan, there's a spot right here on its back, right there. That's a broadhead wound. My son there missed this deer 2 weeks ago. He actually didn't miss him; he just shot over him. And he told me, he said, well, it was a good buck, 16 inches, and well, this just proves that my 13-year-old don't lie, so I have raised a pretty good boy.
Yeah, we have a lot of festivities going on today. Then we've got some men here doing some rifle safety. We've got some tree stands. Some men are here with some tree stands to show the young men how to go about getting in those and using those correctly. I believe we're going to have some rifle shooting later on, and there's also a check-in station where they're weighing all the deer that come in. So just a lot of fun today. I'm with Eddie Childress and Sean, and he's going to tell us a little bit about rifle safety.
Shotgun safety.
Shotgun safety.
This is a pump-action shotgun. Showing some of the young kids the shotgun and the operation of it. You always control the muzzle of your shotgun. Make sure you know the direction that muzzle is pointed in at all times.
You haven't signed up.
With this being a pump-action shotgun,
Put your name and address.
to load the gun, you simply just push this little silver lever down and push your ammunition in right through here. Make sure you always get the proper ammunition for the gauge of your shotgun. To pump this shotgun, you got a little switch, and here on the side, a little lever. You just push it, pump it, and it will load the barrel. The safety on this particular shotgun is here at the trigger. If you'll look real close, you see a little red paint around the back. It will fire when you see the red paint. Always keep your gun on safety where it will not fire until you get ready to shoot the game. When you're walking with your shotgun, make sure you got a good firm grip on the forearm. Your other hand down here, walking slowly, watching where you're stepping, controlling the muzzle end of this gun. So if you was to fall at any time, the gun was to discharge, it would not hurt you or the body person next to you. Never point a gun at anything you don't intend to shoot. To fire this shotgun, when you bring it up to your target, then push off your safety. Once it hits your shoulder, you're on target, push your safety off. At that time, only do you put your finger inside the trigger guard. When you sight on your target, safety's off, squeeze the trigger gently, the gun will fire and will kill what you shoot at. That's about everything that I own the shotgun. I mean, it's just fairly simple. It is a weapon. Never shoot any game you don't intend to eat. Never point a gun at anything you don't intend to shoot. That's basic shotgun safety. He is on the table, if you'll notice, he's got a rifle. He's showing them how to bore sight the rifle, teaching a little rifle safety. It's very important that the young children learn this, know how to operate, how these guns operate, and how to shoot them. These guns will kill. They are weapons, and they will kill.
All right, Mr. Eddie, we'd like to thank you for that demonstration. Hope the kids know a little bit more about shotgun safety now. And can you tell us what else we have going on today?
Well, today, like I said, it's our first annual. We've got free food, chili, stew, cokes, drinks, everything's free to the juveniles and the parents. We've got a Jake sign-up session over here. Tree stand safety. They've got biologists that is weighing in and checking in the deer to see how old they are and how good our habitat is for our deer. They will be drawing for door prizes. We're going to start that up in a few minutes. If I can find Mr. George, he can tell you more about that. But every kid here should win some kind of prize today. Our grand prize is a youth model 243 rifle. That's been donated by, I don't know who all. Don't see him. But we just want everybody to come out, have a good time, enjoy themselves, learn the other kids, learn a little hunter safety, learn our regional game wardens that's around here. They all are here to try to help the kids and help all of our hunters. Looking forward to doing this again. We're going to try to have this next year and try to do a little bit better on it.
Thank you so much.
And thank you.
I brought 3 tree stands with me today. We've got this is a sit-down climber or climbing stand. We've got a ladder stand and a lock-on stand. These are just 3 different examples that of tree stands. Got a lot of people have permanent stands that they've built in trees and things, but these are some of the more safer type tree stands to hunt out of. This one here is made by Summit. It's called a Viper XLS. That there's a Remington ladder stand, and this here is a strong built lock-on stand. We also have today. I've got a safety harness here made by Seat of the Pants. Comes out from the company that makes these Summit tree stands through Fallwood Incorporated. This here, and I don't suggest to anybody to ever climb a tree stand or anything without a safety harness on, because it's just too dangerous. I got a friend that's fell out of a tree before. He had his leg amputated, and it's just a whole lot safer to have a safety harness on than it is, to be up there without one.
This morning we got up, got ready, ate, went to the forest, took 2 people to where they went, then we came to where we was going, and we're trying to find, and we set this green thing on the ground, and we got in there, and we waited for about an hour or so, and then we walked a little, and
Did you get cold?
And I got cold, and I'm still cold.
Did you move a lot?
And I moved a lot, and Uncle Lee said to stay still. And I couldn't help it because I was freezing. And then we're walking on our way back to where we first went.
Did you have a good time?
And I had a good time up here.
All right, we're here with Leaf. We're going to check in another deer, and I'm here with Jedediah English, and he shot this deer. And Jedediah, tell me about how you shot it.
On my land, in a deer stand.
With a 243 on his land in a deer stand. You heard it first here.
I'm sure there's a whole lot in there, the details that just went fuzzy when buck fever came on, huh? What we're going to do with Jedediah's deer today is we're going to do a biological checking station on it. What we do is we take 3 measurements on the bucks that we're going to look at, and we're also going to weigh them at the same time. Temple Lackey's already weighed this deer. How much did that one weigh, Travis? Weighed 88.5 pounds. We're going to use 3 different instruments. We're going to use a jaw separator, a caliper, and just your standard measuring tape. I'll show you what we do to get this data off of it. First off, we're going to look at the teeth of the deer. Use this instrument to separate the jaw, because a lot of times rigor mortis sets up and it takes a little while to get it open. You can look at one specific tooth. If it's a younger deer, it'll tell you right offhand that it's 1.5 years old. This deer is 1.5 years old. We'll take the caliper and measure the basal circumference of the antler by reducing it to its lowest size, turning it on both antlers to find the greatest size. This one comes out to be 11/16. Anytime that it's 15/16 or less, normally it's going to be a 1.5 years old deer in Tennessee. So we got 15/16 or 11/16 on the basal circumference there. We're going to measure the beam length just with a standard measuring tape. The beam length comes out to 8 9/10 of an inch, and that's how it works.
with Jim Hanna, and he's going to teach us some ATV safety. Jim?
Thank you. We're talking about ATV safety today, and one of the first things you want to do, and one of the things you want to do all the time, is wear a helmet, because this helmet is a lot harder than your head, and you'll get yourself hurt if you come off on your head and get cut or get a fractured skull or something like that. So what you want to wear a helmet at all times, and you can get different type helmets with full face mask, with full body on the head. You can get, of course, you can wear this one would be with goggles, or it does have a snap-on type visor that goes over it. I recommend that you wear at least something on your face, whether it be goggles, the plastic goggles, or the visor. The other thing I want to emphasize, which is only one person at a time on a four-wheeler. These machines are designed only to carry one person at a time safely. Now you can put 2 or 3 on there, but you're just kind of asking for trouble when you put your little sister or your little brother in back. And I see it all the time. Also, I've seen a lot of them over the years out on the pavement like this. They're not designed for running on the pavement. You don't need to be on the pavement, and one thing, you wear out your tires quite a bit. But if you follow those rules and just try to take it easy and don't race and don't see who can get the fastest and jump the creek or whatever, you'll be a lot better off. Now, when you put on the helmet and you're riding, gotta do this without my glasses. Of course, you want to have it strapped up tight and all that. And when you're riding, you want to shift your weight according to the terrain. I've got a few cones set up out here that I can show you, particularly if some of y'all have never ridden before. Just shift your weight according to which way you're going as far as the obstacle course is concerned. And this particular version, the Honda, I like to put it back in neutral before you turn it off. It seems to be easier to get back in gear. If you haven't ever had a four-wheeler before, you need to be familiar with the controls. In other words, here accidentally sometimes you'll put this little red button that says run. If it's not on run, it won't start. If it's choke, it's not all the way off, it won't run, that type of thing. Of course, your gas is over here. It's different from a car. Your gas is with your thumb, and your hand brakes. This one brake controls the rear and one brake controls the front. And in addition, you have your right foot, which also controls your foot brake. The other gears are 1 down for reverse and 5 up for forward, depending on what speed you want. If you go on and ride a little bit on these cones over here, let me show you a little bit about what you want to do here. Y'all come on over if you want to. When you're going through, if you want to go this way, you lean out and come around this way. Don't run over the cone like I'm fixing to do. Come around here. Now, if you come to an obstacle, of course, you lean back into it this way. This thing doesn't turn as short as mine does. So you come to an obstacle, and you're going to come to an obstacle anytime you're in the woods, one way or the other. You're going to have to lean up like this. You're going to have to lean over this way. Straighten it up, come on over. Then you can come around this way, lean into it this way, and lean back to it this way, come around this way, and so on. Come on here. See, if you're up on the hillside, lean over towards kind of like this. And it'll go on over. You come to a creek, just ease across it. You don't have to bust across it, just ease across it. See there? Now, if you try to climb something that steep, of course, it won't go up it. Okay, who wants to try it? Somebody that hadn't ridden any. Anybody want to try it that hadn't ridden any? Come on, give me a volunteer. I always got a good volunteer. Okay, put your helmet on. Well, that's all right, don't matter. There it is. Pop the wheelie. Depending on the terrain, it'll come over with you. If it's on flat, it ain't gonna come over.
Would I get in trouble if I just got on it and rode away all the way across that?
What, right now you mean? Well, I don't know if I want to demonstrate that or not. Go ahead and start it. See, it has to be in neutral to start. And you know how to shift the gears? All right, pull it up. There you go. All right, that's right. Huh? No, up the steps. I would if I went off the other side.
We'd like to thank Mr. Jim Tanner for that demonstration.
Well,
thank you, Jim.
You're quite welcome. I hope the youngsters get something out of it.
I'm sure they will.
We want them to be safety. Okay. Thank you, Don.
Okay, now I'm here with Steve Fox, and we're going to do some rifle shooting.
Right, we've got 22 rifles. We're going to let all the kids shoot them. This is an indoor, well, really an outdoor range that looks like an indoor range. We can carry this around anywhere that we need to carry it, from a school or whatever. We've got the targets that we can retrieve by rolling them with this. I think this thing weighs about 10,000 pounds, but there's a bunch of lead and stuff in the front of it to stop the bullets. So with what we're using here, there's no danger of anything getting out. We can use it in a metropolitan area, because as y'all know, shooting ranges are few and far between. They're harder to come by every day. They're environmental hazards because of lead. This has a suction fan on it that can be used. If it wasn't in the outdoors where there's a lot of wind like we've got today, which will be fine without it. It's got lights, but they're not working today. You know, that's when working for the state. You have to pass stuff around. Sometimes somebody won't tell you when something's not working when you get it. But we're going to do the best that we can today with it, and hopefully the kids will have a good time. We'll be shooting little CB caps. They're little small 22s, but as everybody knows, any firearm can do enough damage to last a lifetime, and that's why we're stressing safety, because all it takes is one mispulled trigger. When that trigger's pulled, you can't take that shot back, and that's the main thing that we're trying to teach. All right, have you got your earplugs in? Yep. Okay, let me put my watch on. Do you know how to load the firearm?
You ready?
Have you got your glasses on? Put your shooting glasses on. Eye protection is essential. You've always got to have eye protection and ear protection whenever possible. Okay? Now keep your finger off of the trigger until you get sighted in and you're ready to shoot. You're going to have to probably stand up and use your elbows. Might use your elbow there. There you go. You know how to sight the gun? Everyone that doesn't know how to sight a rifle, right over here on the side is a poster that'll show you how. There you go. Do you know how to eject the cartridge case? That's great. Now leave it open. You can put you another one in. Finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. When you get sighted in, then slip your finger up there and you're ready to go. Rounds for a 22 don't cost that round a penny. For a 30-06 or a 243 that they use to shoot deer, the rounds are anywhere from 50 cents to $1. How many shots was that? 3? Okay.
Mr. Steve, we just want to thank you for giving us that demonstration, okay?
Glad to do it.
Thank you. Okay, right now I'm with Bethany Honey, and if you notice, she's a girl. She's out here hunting with these boys today, and Bethany's going to tell us a little bit about what her favorite thing to do is when she goes hunting.
My favorite is like getting at the woods and then going in with my dad, and then he starts loading his gun and everything, getting ready.
Do you remember how old you were the first time you went hunting?
It was just last year.
Just last year. Well, cool. Well, good luck to you. Maybe you can get out there and shoot a big deer. Get all these boys, okay? All right.
Did he have big spurs? About what?
2 inches.
About 2 inches? Boy, that's a big spur. These are like 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. You ever seen a real Grant? See, our eastern turkeys here, see how the brown is around the fan?
I killed my first turkey.
Did you?
Both of them.
Here on the fish hatchery land? I killed this bird over in Petersburg. I hunt over around Petersburg a lot. Killed that bird over there.
Okay, right now I'm here with Clayton Travis, and he's got some pretty nifty gadgets here, and he's going to show us how they all work. Mr. Clayton?
Well, I'm known as Crazy Jake. I do for the local chapters around North Alabama and Tennessee. I do a youth program. I'm very active mainly with the youth in the Jakes program. We have a Jakes Day down in Huntsville every year. This past year we had 250 kids. We had the largest Jakes event in the nation. We were awarded from the National Wild Turkey Federation the largest Jakes Day in the United States. I also worked this past summer with the Fayetteville chapter. I have a place over in Petersburg, so I hunt up here, and I'm as much at home in Tennessee as I am in Alabama, so I feel like it's something that I can give back to the children, get the youth involved so that they can get more excited, and our youth needs some more positive things. I brought a turkey fan here from a Rio Grande that was killed out in Texas. I brought a turkey fan that I killed, this big tom turkey that I killed over in Petersburg. And I also bring what we call a Jakes. The National Wild Turkey Federation Jakes program is Jakes juniors acquiring knowledge and ethics through sportsmanship. And I bring the Jake tail because to show kids the difference in the maturity of birds. This is a young bird. You can see his tail feathers is nothing. This thing has been carried around a lot. It's in pretty bad shape. But what I do is I mainly go and I try to instill safety, the fun, the camaraderie. It's about being in the woods, taking your children, knowing where they're at, and having them have a positive influence and respect this world that we live in. Our outdoor activities are one of the most precious things to me, and I have passed this along to a lot of other children, a lot of kids. I bring all these different turkey calls to show that everything from the National Wild Federation, Wild Turkey Federation 2000 box, every year they get a turkey call manufacturer to make a special call for the year. This happens to be the year 2000. Turkey hunters we buy every kind of gadget to try to make us easier. This is an old Lynch call. It goes back from one of the first box calls ever made. This comes from some turkey hunters down in Georgia.
Can I hear some of these? It'd be really neat to see what they sound like.
Our main purpose is to make sounds like hen turkeys.
Right.
That's the main object of all of it. Every call has a different tone, That's a slate. That's a glass on one side, a slate on the other side. This is a slate over aluminum. I am not a tournament caller. I am a hunter caller. But there's all kinds of calls. This is just a plain old slate. All our sole purpose is to sound like the female calling the male. This is an old box that goes back that my daddy owned. It's an old striker box made by Lowman. This striker box here was made by a friend of mine over in Huntland, Tennessee. This poplar and this cedar come out of Falls Mills over there. This wood is probably over 100 and something years old. These kind of calls are harder to make turkey sounds with. It takes a little more practice. But all turkeys are different. I use this call in a windy day. It's all about making hen calls and make the sound that would call turkeys in to get them within 30 yards to shoot them with a shot. All right.
A lot of neat stuff there.
Thank you.
For Mary Beth Spurlock, I'm Don Count saying thank you very much for joining us on this first annual juvenile hunt? Youth hunt. That's right. And we've got kids everywhere. Mary Beth's been shooting them on tape. And I started out my day at 4:45 this morning with Justin right here. And Justin, we just got through seeing what we saw on tape. And I can tell you, it was a good-looking deer. He probably could have shot it without any problem. But I was one to tell him not to shoot it because I didn't have a good shot of it on camera. And that's our goal this morning. How many deer you killed in your youth? How many?
15.
15. So he's killed 15. So he had 16 days. It wasn't for me, but we was trying to get a good thing going. And Jordan here, right? Jordan got him what point was it? 8 points. 10. That sounds like me. He always sounds like Pete. I always talking about his fish being bigger than they really are. But anyway, Lee, thank you very much. We're going to do it again. We're going to get one on tape somehow, some way. And for Lee Galt, Jordan, Justin, I'm Don Counts from Mary Beth Spurlock. Thank you very much for watching.